Saltwater crocodile. The saltwater crocodile is the ultimate survivor, a true living fossil that walked the earth alongside the dinosaurs over 100 million years ago. While entire species vanished, this apex predator barely changed, perfecting its design into the ultimate hunting machine. They are the undisputed kings of the modern reptile world. An adult male can grow up to 7 meters long and weigh well over a ton, matching the size of a commercial minibus. What makes them truly terrifying is their unique anatomy. Thanks to specialized salt-excreting glands on their tongues, they are not trapped in rivers. They travel deep into the open ocean, using massive marine currents like a free highway system to migrate thousands of kilometers across the sea. Once they lock onto a target, escape is mathematically impossible. They possess the highest bite force ever recorded in the animal kingdom, snapping their jaws with a pressure that easily crushes bone and steel. They conquered the prehistoric world, survived the asteroid impact that wiped out the giants, and they still rule the tropical waters today. The thylacine. The Tasmanian tiger, or thylacine, is one of the most unique and tragic creatures in modern history. Despite its name and the striking dark stripes running down its back, it was not a tiger or a cat at all. It was the world's largest carnivorous marsupial, meaning it carried its young in a pouch, just like a kangaroo. Its anatomy was a bizarre mix of species. It had the head of a wolf, the stripes of a tiger, and a rigid, heavy tail that made its movements stiff and distinct. But its most terrifying feature was its jaw. The thylacine could open its mouth to an incredible 120-degree angle, exposing a formidable set of sharp teeth designed for hunting birds and small mammals in the Australian bush. For thousands of years, it was the apex predator of Tasmania, but everything changed with the arrival of European settlers. Fearing for their livestock, farmers labeled the animal a ruthless killer. A massive government bounty was placed on their heads, leading to relentless, systematic hunting. Trapped, shot, and driven from its habitat, the population collapsed at an alarming speed. The very last known Tasmanian tiger died exposed to the elements in a cold concrete zoo cage in 1936, officially marking the end of a completely irreplaceable lineage. The megalodon. Deep in the prehistoric oceans ruled the absolute largest predator to ever exist, the megalodon. This monstrous prehistoric shark dominated the global marine ecosystem for nearly 20 million years. To understand its terrifying scale, you only need to look at its teeth. A single megalodon tooth can be larger than a human hand, measuring up to 18 centimeters long, lined with razor-sharp, serrated edges designed to tear through bone. The scale of this apex predator is hard to comprehend. Reaching lengths of up to 18 meters, the megalodon was 3 times larger than the biggest great white shark alive today. Its massive jaws were wide enough to swallow 2 adult humans standing side by side. Armed with the most devastating bite force in Earth's history, it didn't just hunt fish, it actively preyed on prehistoric whales, crushing their massive ribcage with a single strike. But even this ocean king could not survive sudden environmental changes. Around 3 million years ago, the planet entered a period of global cooling. Ocean temperatures plummeted, and the massive sea ice formations blocked the warm shallow waters where the megalodon used to breed. At the same time, its primary prey, the whales, adapted to the freezing temperatures and migrated to the polar regions where the giant shark could not follow. Starved of its food source and unable to regulate its body temperature, the ultimate predator of the deep officially starved into extinction. The moa. Isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years, New Zealand became home to one of the strangest giants in avian history, the moa. This massive, flightless bird dominated the lush, green ecosystem. The largest species of moa could reach an incredible 3.5 meters in height and weigh over 250 kilograms, making a modern human look small in comparison. What made the moa completely unique among giant birds was its extreme anatomy. Evolution stripped it entirely of its wings. While other flightless birds like ostriches still have vestigial wing structures, the moa possessed absolutely no wing bones at all, leaving its massive torso perfectly smooth. For centuries, its only natural enemy was the legendary Haast's eagle, a prehistoric monster with a 3-meter wingspan that would dive from the sky to hunt the giant birds. But the moa's evolutionary luck ran out around 700 years ago with the arrival of the Maori people. Finding a massive, flightless bird with no natural fear of humans, the settlers found the ultimate food source. Combined with widespread forest fires that destroyed their natural habitat, the moa was hunted ruthlessly. Within an incredibly short period, the giant completely vanished, leaving behind only massive fossilized bones hidden deep within dark New Zealand caves. Steller's sea cow. The cold, unforgiving waters of the Bering Sea hid one of the most massive and peaceful marine mammals ever discovered, Steller's sea cow. Found along the rocky coasts of the Commander Islands, this prehistoric giant was a majestic relative of the modern dugong. Its scale was monumental, with adult sea cows stretching up to 9 meters in length and weighing an incredible 10 tons, easily overshadowing any human. These gentle giants spent their lives floating calmly near the surface, slowly grazing on massive fields of green kelp seaweed. They possessed a thick, heavily wrinkled, bark-like skin that protected them from the freezing Arctic waters and sharp sea ice. Because they had no natural predators, they developed a deeply trusting and social nature, completely lacking the fear of humans. This tragic innocence led to their rapid downfall. Discovered by the expedition of Vitus Bering in 1741, the sea cows immediately became a prime target for sailors and fur traders. Because the animals could not submerge or defend themselves, they were incredibly easy prey. The scale of the slaughter was unprecedented. In one of the fastest extinctions ever recorded in human history, the entire species was completely wiped out. In just 27 short years after its initial discovery, the last Steller's sea cow was killed in 1768, silencing the ghosts of the northern seas forever.